Welcome back to Callahan's Corner, where you ask a question, we answer live right here on Facebook. So, question submitted today, I've got on my phone, is a question submitted by a landscape company, in particular the Service Autopilot user group. Can you attach an image to an estimate? It appears possible in my system, but I'm getting an error that's preventing it from sticking. So, a couple ways of doing this. What I'm going to dive into is actually answer the particular question that was asked: how to do a property-specific picture inside your estimate. And as an additional bonus, I'm going to talk about, if you're doing landscaping, hardscaping, or softscaping, how to take a particular plant or picture of a bush or shrub or flower and actually put that inside the product so the consumer can visually see what you're proposing on the actual estimate itself. So I'm going to dive in and show you how this is broken down. Any comments or questions, please put them in the live or recorded version. What's up, Daryl? As usual, play here. I'm going to open the screen up and show this in the stream. And here we go. So first thing we're going to do is go into Service Autopilot, and I'm going to go into my traditional tester account here and pull up a property specific image. How do we create a estimate that has particular images, whether it's from your mobile phone or on the satellite, and get that into the estimate? So the first thing we want to do is go into the estimate. Well, you know what? Actually, what we're going to probably do is I'm going to go into the A for Auto Assist. So this can be pulled up on your mobile. And we use this on our on-site estimate form. So the idea here is the ability to go in and count how many small, medium, and large shrubs we have on the property and create a property-specific price. And then we're going to go in and talk about maybe a property-specific picture of the shrubs or ornamental grasses or the different things that we are measuring. So I'm going to dive into how we attack this in my business and the other businesses we work with. I'm actually going to pull this up here and just make sure that we are indeed showing the screen here. And if you're watching live, if you can, all right, perfect. And if you're watching live, just confirm we can hear the audio. But the idea here is that we've got our sales systems, we've got employee systems, office KPIs, summer, winter KPIs, quality control forms, and purchase order asset management. So what we're going to do is go into our on-site estimate form here and click on that. So what we've got is a bunch of different variables. So I'm going to scroll down to shrub pruning details. Now, when we build this out for other people inside Service Autopilot, we have a little help tab that large shrubs are between 6 and 10 feet, medium are between 3 and less than 6, and small are less than 3 feet. So we would literally go around with our mobile and just literally count those out. So I'm going to fictitiously put an estimate together. Let's say we got 10 large shrubs, we've got 3 medium, and we've got 20 small. And then hedgerows, either in 10-foot sections, or the way we're building them out for Service Autopilot users is 1-foot linear foot sections. But let's just say we've got 20 linear feet with a ladder, hedgerow top and both sides. So I'm going to put 2 in here. And I'm going to say the estimate doesn't include, let's see here. So it does not include shrubs on west lot line. The other biggest issue I find in my business is when I'm walking around as an estimator, I'm chicken scratching over here of what I'm doing, but it never actually gets to the estimate. So if we fill our on-site estimate form, all the notes end up on the property-specific line. So now we've gone in and we're going to hit submit. Full transparency, I didn't prepare for this Facebook Live. So depending on the estimate template I pull up, the small, medium, large shrubs may not show up on the estimate, but I believe I remember the one that this is on. But this test account has got probably 30 or 40 different options that could be connected. But the idea is we fill it out on our mobile as we're walking around the property, and we pull up the estimate template. Now I'm going to get into the picture part here that's property specific. So you can pull it up on your phone as you're walking around and take some pictures, or if you are basically going out on satellite and doing all your estimates remotely, we can take property specific prices on the satellite as well. So I'm going to go in and just say, hey, let's go to property measurements, and I'm going to just kind of wing this as we go as far as the pictures in here. And I'm actually going to open up another tab so I can do the pictures on one and the estimate on the other. So once again, any comments or questions, drop them below. I know Daryl is hanging out with here live, but by the looks of this, more than a few people here hanging out live. So we're going in. We've got the estimate here. We're going to go in and grab the template. We are going to select the template, and I'm going to use my test account template here from 2019 Lawn Care Leads. That's going to load all our services, and with any stroke of luck, we have our shrub pruning, and it did. Look at that. 10, 3, 20, and 1 dump fee here as well defaulted. So our shrub pruning is $293.83. And what you're going to find here is we've merged in special job nodes. So we don't have everything we type into the mobile will automatically merge in. So we're going to go down and hit save, and here comes the picture part. So I'm going to go into the More tab. I'm going to go to Property Measurements. Once again, these can be driven from the mobile as well. But for simplicity, I'm going to dial into just a satellite picture so you can see this. And to mix it up, I'm going to drop this guy over here. And we always pick on the same test account. So let's pick on the neighbor property. So maybe this property right here, the shrubs and the ornamental grasses and the flowers, maybe this is the property that we are estimating. So what I'm going to do is just go in, take a screenshot of the property. And that's going to go in. And on my other screen here, I'm going to have this here. So I'm going to copy it. And that's a tool called Snagit. If you're on Mac or any of the other different computer platforms, you can have a screenshot that's basically free. The one I would recommend is Jing, J-I-N-G, if you're going to use the free version, or the paid version is Snagit. And that's how we record all our videos here for SimpleGrowth. But the idea is we're going in now. I'm going to scroll in and hit Edit. This is going to pull up the actual estimate document. This will be a one-time. So it's not for everybody. It's just this single estimate for this particular client. So it's just as a one-time deal. So you've got everything in here, but what you can do then is go in and add a row, and go in and add content and add a text thing here. Estimate. Estimate details and pictures of service area. Now, obviously, you'd want to, I'm just literally doing this on the fly, but you get the idea. So we have that in there. I'm going to probably bump that out and pull that out to maybe an 18. And then I'd pull another row in. And depending how many pictures are, you might break this up. But for this example, we're going to go in and we can pull an image and upload it, or we can actually paste it as well. So you could, let's go image here. Browse. And I'm going to save this here. File. Okay. All right, now that we have the picture here, so I could, if I had already measured this out, I could say, okay, we're going to insert this area. Maybe this is an area describing the service area. And if I click on this, I can go in and add another row here. And I'm going to go into content and grab another image. And I'm going to insert the image that we just took a picture of. But you got the idea. You can actually show service areas, different details. And the idea is you want to go in and upload. And here it is. So this is probably something you wouldn't want to do for every property, but if it, depending on the scope of the work, this obviously can build that emotional value. But now I've got a picture of the property, and hey, we're going to service area 1 and 2 for the front yard for maybe fertilization weed control. You didn't want the back because you had a pet. And hey, this is the area that we're going to be mocking up for the shrub pruning and maybe bed edging and mulching. So that's how you do that. And then once you're done, you'd hit save. It's actually going to, once we close this out, kick us out of the estimate. So we actually have to go back and open up that estimate, email that out. And I'll show you that. And then the second part of this is bonus content is how do we take property or material specific pictures and get those in the estimates default. So I'm going to hit close. We want to save that. And basically when it updates that, it will kick us out. So we got to go back into that estimate to send that out. And as predicted, so I got to click into this and then email and send that out or print it out. So we're going to go in and click into that. That's going to open up that estimate, and then we can email it, print it out, or whatever we need to do. So second part of this is if we go into Service Autopilot, and if you're doing Softscapes or Design Build under the gear icon products, little known fact. So this is something we do on our deep dives and explain the processes. But a lot of people will fly out to New York, and now with COVID, the last 12, 18 months, people will do the remote deep dive with us. So traditionally, they're $10,000 for 2 days or $6,000 for 1 day. But we've obviously, with the remote setup now, we've discounted those back out to $7,000 for 2 days and $4,000 for 1 day. But that's literally one-on-one with myself and the other experts on the SimpleGrowth team. But imagine if we had a product here and we went to Monrovia and we said, okay, we're going to have the hardy hydrangea, and we're going to put that in here as a product. And I'm going to show you what this looks like, because this is pretty interesting. This can be very time consuming, but Service Autopilot, if you give them your product list, under the gear icon, there's an import export list. So they import all this in with your cost that you bought it for, your markup, and other items, and the description. So what you would go in each line, each basically major product is be able to go in and take this hardy hydrangea, and what we would do is literally go in and save the image as, or copy it. I'd recommend saving it. So we're going to call this Hardy Facebook Live so we know what it is. And we're going to save it. And then once we get back into SA here, let's give it a hand here. Because my internet in the basement is just a little bit slow. I'm going to gear icon products. We're going to add an inventory product. And once we get into that inventory product, I'm going to show you how to actually pump that picture in here. And it looks like I may be having some internet problems. So let me log back into SA here and see if I can expedite this process in this live video. But this is really how we take property specific pictures and update them one time inside your Service Autopilot account. And then we go in, really dial in. Okay, so time take, let's just go into the black mulch and give this a minute to load in here. But the idea is we're taking a picture of this and we're gonna be able to plug this in, and we can borrow some of this needs light, the area it's in, watering needs, things like that. So that's gonna all kind of play in here. And let's see if we can get into one of these products here so I can actually show you how to do this, because this is actually a very, very cool trick, how to make this work in your business. I'm guessing it's my internet, but maybe it's not. All right, so let's try this a secondary way. So if you're in Service Autopilot here and you've got this estimate document. So let's just we go back to our tester accounts here. What we're going to want to do on the actual product itself is load the actual picture image in. Dave Voynia, what's up, brother? How you doing? Living the dream here in the basement. The COVID internet in the basement has been a little sketchy, to put it lightly, but trying to get in here to SA and just show you how to set up some products real quick. So it's a one shot done. So I may wave the white flag here, but oh look, we might have an option here. So let's go in here and see if we can add a add an estimate here with the service description, and this may be the way to go. Let's try this one more time here. An incognito window. Maybe that will get us there. All right, let's see if this does a trick, folks, because this is worth the wait if you can see how to do this. This is a game changer for products. All right, let's try our amazing product. All right, perfect. All right, our amazing product. Let's use our imagination here. So our estimate on the description is our and we're going to pull this back open here and grab outside of the incognito window. We're going to go our hardy hydrangea, and we are copying that image as well. So like I said, kind of a labor-intensive process to set this up, but totally worth it. So check this out. And we'd set this up on the product level, but the idea is we've got the hardy hydrangea, and copy that image and literally paste that in. Or if we want, we could actually insert that in. So that doesn't seem to be working right now as the way we've got it. So let's save image as. And there we go. So we've got that hydrangea there. We're just clicking the icon here for the picture, and we're inserting that in. So once we insert that picture in there, that hydrangea picture or the boxwood or whatever it is, crepe myrtle, those are going to be always in there. So we just would literally go in, add the image, and put that in there and resize it. And then that estimate description on the product level will come up each and every time. So that is, once that loads, if you can get it here, is under Service Autopilot, is under the gear icon, products. And then we want to look under the estimate description. And that will get you where you need to go. But if you've got a series of products, if you call Service Autopilot or go in to the import export feature here, get that, you can have all those products loaded, and then you'd follow behind and load all the images in. But you do it once and they're always there. And it really is a great feature to get that picture of, say, that hydrangea there in there. So comments or questions, drop below. Callahan's Corner. You ask the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. So have any questions that need to be answered this week regarding Service Autopilot or business practices, we are here to answer. We'll see you again tomorrow on Callahan's Corner.